Hello, I'm Bob Bodensteiner. I teach the 8:30 Sunbeam classes, and today we have the godly play about Jonah. This is UPC's adaptation from Jerome Berryman's The Complete Godly Play. And it's from the book of Jonah in the Old Testament. It's a complete book, and I would recommend reading it. There's also a number of children's stories that are adapted. Jonah was a prophet to Israel. Prophets are people that God uses so that they can tell the people what God wants them to do. And God told Jonah to go to Nineveh and tell the people that he is seeing the bad things that they are doing. And instead of going to Nineveh, Jonah went the opposite way. He ran away. He didn't want to be a prophet to the city of Nineveh, which was full of the people that were the enemies of the Israelites. So he got on a boat to get as far away from God as he could. He thought that he could hide from God. But God sent a storm. And the boat rocked and splashed, and everybody became very frightened. The sailors on the boat prayed to their gods for safety, but their gods was not God. They were merely idols. So they went to Jonah and said, "Who is your God?" And Jonah said, "My God is the creator of the earth and the sea. He is the one true and only God." And the sailors knew that Jonah was fleeing from his God, and that made them even more scared. And they said, "What shall we do?" And he said, "Throw me overboard, and the storm will go away." But they didn't want to throw him overboard. They did everything they could to make the boat safe. And when all of that failed, they threw Jonah overboard, and the storm went away. And a prophet is a person that God uses wherever he is. And God used Jonah to show these sailors that he was the one true God, the God of the sea and the God of the earth. And the sailors thanked God for their safety. And after they threw Jonah in the water, he began to sink. And Jonah prayed out to God, and he said, "Save me." And God sent a big fish, and the big fish swallowed Jonah. And now Jonah was safe. And he prayed and he thanked God. And the fish came up and spit Jonah out on the land. And God told Jonah, "Now go to Nineveh and tell them that I am going to destroy their city in 40 days because of the bad things that they are doing. So Jonah told the people of Nineveh that God was going to destroy them because of the evil things that they were doing. But God, instead of destroying the city, when the people repented and they saw that the evil things that they were doing, and they changed their ways. And when God saw this, he decided that he wouldn't destroy Nineveh. And this made Jonah angry. And so he went and he laid down to see what would happen. And God didn't destroy Nineveh, and so he was very mad. And God made a plant to grow up and give shade to Jonah in the desert. And so Jonah was very happy in the shade. And then God created a worm that ate the plant, and the plant died. And Jonah was mad and sad. And God said, Jonah, why are you angry? This plant, you neither created this plant nor caused it to die, and yet you are mad. But the people of Nineveh, whom I created, shouldn't I care for them more than you care for a plant? Shouldn't I care for the animals and the children and the women of Nineveh? At least as much as you cared for the plant that you didn't make? And that is why I didn't destroy Nineveh. Now I wonder what God is telling us about himself in this story. I wonder what God is telling us about ourselves in this story. I wonder what it was like to be in that storm. I wonder what it was like to live in Nineveh. I wonder what it was like to be swallowed by a big fish.